Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the next big change that will be coming in for you. Then our next big change is Pluto's entering into Aquarius on November 18th, and that's what this reading is going to be about. You have this To Be Fair card and this Soulmates card. There could be more balance with that To Be Fair card coming in for you, and that could definitely be a big change for you. This Pluto is entering into an air sign, which will affect you more than the other signs. So, and again, it definitely could bring in more balance. These readings weren't really meant to be love readings, but love can bring a big change into our lives. So you do have that soulmates card, and if you're hoping for love, then this could be love. It could also, again, even if whether you do or you don't doesn't matter. I do think that soulmates card, anyone can be our soulmates. So even you have the 3 cups here. So this could say that you're just finding your tribe, or you're finding better people to surround yourself with, and it makes sense because Pluto in Aquarius is all about the collective, and a lot of you could just be forming better connections, or you could be like meeting new soulmates as well that again don't even have to do with love. They could just be like friends or family or people you just haven't met yet, and all that other stuff. You have the 7 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the World. The 7 of Wands is about having boundaries. I would say a lot of people in this set of readings have had things about boundaries. And again, obviously with Pluto and Aquarius being the collective, all of us could be dealing with a lot more people over the next 20 years. But especially right now, I think with Mars going retrograde at the end of this year, it would be a great time to practice like not letting people cross those boundaries, or not letting people come into your life who don't deserve to be in your life. And that's what I would say with the 7 of Wands. Definitely time to practice healthy boundaries. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is like slow progress, or moving forward very slowly. So the Knight of Pentacles, he needs to plant seeds in this field behind him, and they will grow. But he's making very slow progress. But he could make more progress if he got started. So I think if there's something that you want to start at this time, or anything new that you want to do, especially right at the beginning here of Pluto and Aquarius, I think it would be a great time for you to work on like new projects, new ideas, new businesses, pretty much anything. You also have the World. And the World can represent a big accomplishment, and that definitely, it could be a big change that is coming in for you, Gemini, during Pluto and Aquarius, is some sort of accomplishment, especially right at the beginning here. Again, I don't think it's not like you're going to be waiting 20 years for this to happen. I think it's happening like now. You have the Ace of Swords at the end, which is a victory, and we haven't even clarified yet. So I think for a lot of you, whatever you've been trying to accomplish, you are getting closer, or you could be having a big accomplishment as well. One thing I will say with Pluto in Aquarius in an air sign, it wouldn't surprise me if some of you are like graduating school, or getting a degree, or getting a certification for work, and Pluto is basically change. So, obviously if you get one of those things, it could create the change of you like getting a new job or something like that. So I also feel that for some of you. With the 7 of Wands, you have the 7 of Cups. 2 7s to me together is internal fears that don't exist. So definitely time to let go of your fears. I would be careful of those like rushing thoughts with the 7 of Cups, because 7 of Cups, I don't really see it as a bad card. It can say you're spoiled for choice, and can definitely lead to some good things. But the other thing about the 7 of Cups is it can say that you're thinking too much about all the possible outcomes of something that you're trying to accomplish. And it can basically say that you're overthinking it. And especially with this Knight of Pentacles, I would say, be careful of getting into that overthinking mode. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles. For those of you that do want love, this could say that your love life has been slow, or maybe you're waiting for a person or something like that. I definitely wouldn't wait for anyone. It's like I think there are people here on Earth that are ready right now. So I'm not a big fan of waiting. I've done, just when I used to do readings, when I started my channel, I had so many people that would come to me and say, I feel like I wasted 40 years of my life waiting for this person. And I don't want anyone to feel that. So again, we can wait until the cows come home. But, I think that if you are waiting, that you need to say that you deserve someone who's ready right now, because they exist. And that's what I would do, especially with the 10 of Swords here. Then we have the Page of Cups. It's like, this is like letting something go so you can have something new. And I think those of you that are waiting for something, this is saying like, don't wait. With the World card, you have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords could be you showing up in a strong position. So whenever you show up as yourself in a reading, it puts you in a position of power and strength, allows you to get what you want from the reading. So you definitely are showing up in a strong position here with the Queen of Swords. Again, something that I've said to a couple other signs that's really surprised me about the readings for this time frame is the amount of clarity that has shown up in the reading. So people could be becoming like very clear over the next couple years. Again, not even the next 20 years, but next couple years on the direction they need to move in life. In your case, it would probably be about what you need to work on, or like where your energy is best used. The Eight of Pentacles is all about like where you use your energy, and that's what I would focus on. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you during Pluto and Aquarius, or your next big change, you have this imagination card. It says creativity, inner child, and inspiration. Pluto and Aquarius is very innovative, and innovation obviously requires creativity. So I'm a big fan of being creative during Pluto and Aquarius. You have this Pegasus. It says the Muse, fame, and sacred springs. Some of you could be getting a lot of attention here, for sure. And Pluto and Aquarius again is great for attention. It's kind of like Aquarius is a star card, and the star is all about shining bright for your skills or for something that you're good at. So I think it would be an amazing time for Gemini to get attention or to stand out in some way. Also, again, I think everyone should be using their imagination and their creativity right now. It's just going to benefit you greatly during Pluto and Aquarius. You have the Four of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. Four of Wands obviously could be marriage, and that could be a big change that's coming in for you, Gemini, is that you could be meeting a person that you'll marry in the future. But the Four of Wands is really a card of freedom, and we are in a time of freedom. Pluto and Aquarius is like revolutionary change. We also have Uranus and Taurus, which Uranus and Taurus has a major focus on creating more freedom in your life. And so, again, the Four of Wands is about setting yourself free. And so I think that, with all this energy, pretty much every person on earth is going to be focusing on setting themselves free from things that feel restrictive. And that's what I think you're doing. You do have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords I really don't think it's that bad of a card because he is dead. It doesn't get much worse than that, right? And he's making this symbol with his hands right here. And that symbol is the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on his card, and it can represent a blessing. So I kind of feel like for a lot of you, there could be like some sort of blessing, or there is a blessing that's coming in for you with the Ten of Swords. But it's probably a blessing in disguise. Usually when I see something like this to the Ace of Swords, this to me would say that you are seeing something as a blessing in disguise, as in, in the future, if you like meet a new person, Page of Cups, for example, in the future, you will be like, oh, thank God I didn't end up with that past person. But this doesn't even have to be a person. The Page of Pentacles could just be an opportunity that you feel like you missed out on. And the Page of Cups could be something that you're more in alignment with. He has this fish in this cup here. And I always say that we don't actually know, but the theory is that fish might be part of his imagination. The fish might not be real, so it might be something that he's dreaming of accomplishing. And so you might have dreams that you want to accomplish, and here you go. You have the Ace of Swords, which is like a victory. So again, something not working out is probably a blessing. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it seems to be a really good money time as well. So I'm not saying things are perfect, and definitely money will be changing by the time we get to like 2026 with Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces rules anything that flows. Money, we call it currency. So, definitely I see money changes coming in. I've been talking about this since 2016 at least. So, I think there are big money changes. But, again, a lot of you could be working. Eight of Pentacles is like working and getting a result. So it basically says you're getting paid for the work that you're doing, which is great. You could be earning more or making more, which would be a good thing. With the Four of Wands, you have the Magician. The Magician is about attracting new things into your life, so I feel a lot of you definitely could be attracting new opportunities, new abundance, new success into your life with the Magician. I also, for some reason, I'm getting good news on the Magician. The Magician does not represent good news, but it is popping into my head, and I read intuitively, so I'm getting something about good news potentially coming in for you. I would say this could be good news about a skill. He has the mastery over all the suits in the tarot in front of him, and so, like I said, if you're like getting a new job, or if you just graduated school and you're looking for a job, the good news could be that you are getting something that you're going to commit to with the Four of Wands. Again, Four of Wands doesn't have to be marriage. It could just be something that you commit to for the long term. And again, that could be like a new job or a new position. Definitely something you attracted. With the Ten of Swords, yes, you have the Fool. I kind of feel lame about this because sometimes there are just certain messages that I think are just like, lame, whatever. And it's like, obviously, after a death, you are going to have a new beginning. That's always what happens after the Ten of Swords. And so I think you're just starting over on something with that Fool card. You're taking a leap of faith towards something new. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have here you go. You have the Star card. Yes, I'm happy that we see the Star card. Even the Queen of Swords with the World would say that you need to stand out in the world. And this card says fame on it. And I think that a lot of people would really benefit from shining bright during Pluto and Aquarius, like doing anything you can to get as much positive attention as you can. And we're talking about positive attention here. We're not talking about negative attention. So of course I would do good things to get this attention, but I would do whatever you can to get positive attention. The Star with the Eight of Pentacles would also represent accomplishing more than you think. The Star, she is pouring this water onto the land here, and this water comes from the pool of universal consciousness, and it basically says, this water is flowing out into the earth, and it says what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. And so, it says that you might have some big dreams, which I think everybody does. It's impossible not to be thinking bigger with Neptune and Pisces, especially because Neptune and Pisces is a big impossible dream, and it might seem impossible, but we also have Saturn there, which says if you get to work, you can make it happen. So I would say dream big here, Gemini. You have this new moon in Cancer. It says you and your loved ones are safe. This is coming up in the area of messages from your future self. You also have this cardinal moon. It says be bold and make the first move. Yes, Fool card. It's time to take a leap of faith towards something that you want, probably having to do with your dream or something that seems like it would be hard to accomplish, especially with that Star card. And so it doesn't have to be love. I don't really think it is. I think there is love here. Don't get me wrong. But, this reading is... These weren't meant to be love readings. They're meant to be your next big change readings. And again, that could include love, but, I think that you're taking a leap of faith towards a dream. You have the Three of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. I think every single person I read for, I've done like 9 readings so far, so I only have a few more to go in this set. And pretty much every single person has had the Three of Cups, and it doesn't surprise me. Again, Pluto and Aquarius is all about the collective. So anything you can do to work together with other people is just going to benefit you more. And so there are a lot of benefits in working together with people, spending time with people, especially people who support you. All that is going to, increase the energy in your life. You have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be new love, but again, he has this fish in the cup, and he needs to make sure that that fish doesn't hop out into the water behind him. And so I feel if there is a dream like now that you have, like something that seems impossible, now would be the time to grab onto it and really try to make it happen. And again, I don't think things are going to be perfect, but I do think things are energy-wise a little bit easier with Pluto and Aquarius, especially after the 18th. I think things will kind of have a nicer flow. And again, there will still be obstacles to overcome. There will still be things to buckle down on. But for the most part, I just think there's just a general better flow than we have experienced so far, especially if we're working towards a goal. And I would pick something and make it happen. You have this Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is, of course, about following your heart, and we are still in a very heart-based time. That Uranus and Taurus energy that we have until like 2026 is very heart-based, and I don't think it goes away after 2026 either. I think basically between now and 2033, we need to listen more to our heart than maybe our logic, and that does not mean that we shouldn't be logical. It just means that our heart is the thing that's probably really giving us the answers, and we really need to listen, especially with that Queen of Cups. With the Three of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. Some of you are definitely healing something here, going this way. So I think that for a lot of you, this could be you healing from a past connection. Three of Swords is like heartbreak, but Three of Swords is about forgiveness. It says you need to forgive the past, and you don't have to forgive anyone directly. You can just forgive them in your own heart with the Three of Swords. With the Page of Cups, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about taking the lead and really making something happen. And when you think about it, Pluto and Aquarius is the collective, but we shouldn't blend into the collective. Part of Pluto and Aquarius, I believe, is going to be people needing to be unique, needing to be your own unique self so that you can stand out in the collective. And the Two of Wands is about gathering experiences. He has the world in his hands there, and he needs to get out into the world so he can have more experiences, because more experiences will make him more well-rounded. And I think that's what that's saying. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Death card. I mean, I don't know. Pluto in Aquarius is a time of change, and obviously we are going through big changes. So I think this is just saying that you are going through big changes like everyone and their mother, right? So there you go. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Earth Spirit, and you also have this Guide and Protector Spirit. A lot of protection cards. All these Oracle cards I use have at least one protection card in the deck. So I would say like everyone has had something about protection. I've always been I've been saying for a while now that my biggest fear for people over the next 10 years, well, maybe a little bit less, between now and 2033, is by the time we get to 2033, I think there will be a lot of people that are going to say, wow, all I did was worry about everything over the last 10 years and I didn't get anything done. There's too much worry energy going on between now and then, and there are going to be a lot of things to worry about. But basically, I think people need to realize that they're protected. Their heart won't steer them wrong, and you just need to follow your heart. Your heart will guide you towards what you need, and you are protected. And I think you need to really believe that. The Earth Spirit card, I think, is talking about the Page of Cups. I think the Earth Spirit is saying you need to ground whatever your dream is in reality. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Four of Pentacles is a card of stability and improving your finances. A lot of people have had the Four of Pentacles in the last row. So, again, I think that we're in a time where people could just be improving their finances, and obviously that is a good thing. You have the Ace of Swords, which is like a big victory or a big win, and I do feel a lot of you will be feeling like you're winning. Probably even, this year or early next year, I think you could be experiencing a much bigger win. I also feel like talking about the next 6 months for some reason for you, Gemini. So I think I don't even know what 6 months from now is, but whatever that is, May, somewhere around there, between now and then, I think it's like a completely different reality for you. Like, you are probably the first sign out of all 9 readings that I've done so far where I feel like there is a much bigger reality change happening for you. Everyone else had changes, but just like in a specific area of their life. For you, I think you could be in a completely different reality by 6 months from now. And obviously you're gonna have to put the work in to make this happen, but I really feel that this reality could be more in alignment with your truth, whatever your truth is, and I see a lot of success coming in there. I also feel more balance coming in for you as well. You have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking, but Two of Swords in the good stuff could say that you're finding a new way of doing things in your life with this island behind you. The whole point of her card is that she has this island behind her, which kind of represents a third place solution. And so you could be discovering better solutions to what you're doing. With the Four of Pentacles, you show up again as a lover, so this puts you in a position of power and strength. Definitely could be love coming in. I would say not even over 20 years. I think it'll be coming in for you much sooner, like maybe this year or next year, over the next 6 months. But, I really feel the Lovers is saying that you're just showing up in a strong position. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is like a spark of hope or a spark of passion. It's also kind of like a new start that you have a lot of desire for, and a passionate new beginning. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be you just charging towards a passionate new beginning with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, and obviously that would lead to a victory. With the Two of Swords, you have 2 cards. You have the Page of Cups and the Four of Swords. So Page of Cups again, manifesting that dream, and again the Four of Swords is dreaming or hoping and praying for something that you want. So this literally could be you discovering a way to get something that you've been hoping and praying for, which is great. So there definitely could be some sort of victory or like an accomplishment here. You have this Enterprise card. This is a card that's really good for business. And you have the Eight of Pentacles, yes. And you have the Star with the Eight of Pentacles. There clearly could be a major focus, or there is a major focus on your work. And I see a lot of work success for you over the next few years here, Gemini. Looks really good. You have this Birth card. A lot of people have been getting these Birth cards or like the Empress in their reading. And again, it is a time of fertility, especially any new, unique, innovative ideas or creative ideas you have are just going to be very, very successful. Now, you're going to have to put the work in. I shouldn't say very successful because you're going to have to work on it. You're going to have to make it happen. But, obviously, if you do go through the process to make something happen, it's going to happen. So that looks good. You have this Health card. Three of Swords. I would definitely keep an eye on your health. Especially at the end of this year, 2024, with all these retrogrades, I always tell people to make sure, again, I'm not a doctor, I have no clue what I'm talking about, but I would just take care of yourself and, drink lots of water, get plenty of rest, all that other good stuff at the end of the year here. You have this egotism card. I would be more worried about this in like 2026 and forward. In 2026, Neptune moves into Aries. And well, actually right now as well, what I would say is we have Mars going retrograde in Leo at the end of the year. So I would also be careful of people with big egos at the end of the year and the beginning of next year. But I would also say that on top of all that, in 2026 and forward, while Neptune is in Aries, I would be careful of anyone who has a big ego or is trying to tell you what to do or force you to do things. It's definitely an energy I would pay attention to. You have this risk card. It is a good time to take risks, especially calculated risks. We're talking about risks that will get you closer to, the Star and the Page of Cups here, whatever your dream is. So those are the types of risks I would take. I would take like calculated risks. Make sure you're not taking risks that are not calculated, right? And I would definitely pay attention, but overall, pretty positive. This looks really, really good here, Gemini. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.